Okay, I'm going to show you a really easy way to edit a podcast in Canva. And if you've never used Canva before, or you have, you might notice you can't actually record a remote interview style podcast there, but you can import it, especially with Podsplice now in the new app Bridge we have on Podsplice. You can now import your remote interviews and then make a whole podcast, a polished one with the trailer, intro, whatever you're going to do, all of the sound effects and all the neat stuff. So I'm going to show you a quick and easy way to do this. So first of all, let's just look at an example of how it could look like if you did a little bit of editing.
Welcome back to the show, everyone. We have a crazy story today. Let's get right. We have a crazy story today.
All right, Ad, we are talking about how we literally 10x'd our views over just the past week across YouTube and other social media. And we did it in such an easy way with shorts. We're going to show how we do that, how it's easier than ever to create shorts, put the subtitles on, put them all over the different channels in like 2 seconds, and what to make. So it's not only the editing and uploading that's easy, but even just the content creation.
Okay, so that's kind of in a way that you could create something like this, and this is another. This is how it looked originally, just a host on the left and the guest on the right. So just to give you an idea about what editing can help you with, and especially at the start, if no one's ever seen your podcast, it's nice to throw in a little B-roll, an intro, a few transitions just to make it seem a little bit more polished, especially at the start of your episode. So, if you want to go on a rant later, that's probably okay. Maybe people will still keep watching if you can get them hooked at the start.
All right, Ad, we are talking about how we literally 10x'd our views over just the past week across YouTube and other social media. And
okay, so that's the idea of what it did look like before. And okay, so let's get right into the editing. So first of all, so this was a podcast that we created on Podsplice before. So it was just a left and right style, nothing too exciting. There was a screen share video in one part of it. If you want to do this and upload it to Canva, all you have to do in Podsplice is once your Canva account is connected, you just send it to Canva from your imported video tab, and you just upload it. It'll just show it right there. As you can see, all your interviews are right there that you have. A lot of these are my test ones. But anyway, so I will bring it in now to Canva just to give you an idea. So I did already have that. So if I'm going to delete this, actually, I'll undo it. I did have it in here. We did actually make this intro before in the last episode, I think. So I'm not going to talk about that. So we already uploaded it. It's already in there. We made this intro before. But let's talk about the actual podcast part. So this is where it would be if we go in projects, videos. So this is where I uploaded. You can see I uploaded it 39 minutes ago. So we're just going to click on that, and then it'll come right here. I don't want actually it to show all of that music. So maybe I'll just drag it over. So we don't want it to stretch. Let's have a look. So we're going to have to, let's see here. Okay, yeah, so we will move this back to the start. Okay, so now we have this. So here's our intro, but we can extend it a little bit if we want, especially at the start, which we will do. So I don't want it going all the way of the music, and I'll fade it out a little bit. I'll make the fade longer, maybe 5 seconds, since now it'll be actually in my clip. So let's see.
We have a crazy story today.
all right, Ad, we are talking about how we literally 10x'd our views over just the past week across.
Okay, so you can hear that. You can hear that kind of fading out, which sounds kind of cool. So you have the intro music, so now it's even a part of your whole podcast. It feels like it was made for that. And if we want to add something, let's add an element here. Let's see. Okay, and we're going to add a little lower thirds, just a simple one, nothing too crazy. I'll put that out here. So you'll see it on top of the timeline, so it'll show up for a little bit if we want to introduce our guest and our host. I don't really like those colors, so I'll probably change that. We'll use maybe a blue. And let's see what else we got here. Nothing too crazy. Blue and a black just to make it look a little bit more. And then I'll add some text on top so we know who we're talking about. Change it to whatever your brand style is, but you get the idea. You can move it down here, and then of course we'll be able to reuse this later for making other podcasts. Let's make it a bit bigger. Okay, we'll just say my name. We'll call that the host. Or I'll just have my name. That's fine. Addison. And then if you want to duplicate this, you can. So we'll move this over here. And then we'll slide it. Let's see if we can. Okay, so we've duplicated it there. So we'll just put Addison and let's see. And the other, my brother Andrew, who is the co-host of the show. But a lot of times, so at the start, we might want to have this just showing up. So let's have an idea here. So let's watch that again.
10x our views over just the past week across YouTube and other social media. And we did it in such an easy way with shorts. We're going to show how we
Okay, maybe we'll extend it a little bit more. Nothing too crazy.
do that, how it's easier than ever to create shorts, put the subtitles on, put them all over the different channels in like 2 seconds, and what to make. So it's not only the editing and uploading that's easy, but even just the content creation itself, I guess I should say.
Okay, we want to get people excited at the start. Let's see, what can we do? What are we talking about here?
Crazy story today.
All right, Ad, we are talking about how we literally 10x'd our views.
Okay, 10x our views. Let's add some sort of a video clip here, if we can do that. Sales growth. Let's see if we can find something cool. How does this look? Let's just get a little preview. And of course, you could actually edit this and bring this over in Podsplice too. But in this case, we're going to use Canva's editor because they have all the stuff right here. But there's many different ways to do it. So this way, we're just using the Canva one and importing it. Okay, let's bring this one in here. Is this a good clip? We actually don't want it. Let's have a look here if I can do this. Let's see.
Talking about how we literally 10x'd our views over just the past.
Okay, so 10x our views. That looks good. So just something just to show.
All right, Ad, we are talking about how we literally 10x'd our views over just the past week across YouTube and other social media. And we did it in such an easy way with shorts. We're going to show how we do that, how it's.
Okay, so that was a bit longer. I guess I stretched it out. So we'll get an idea here, but that's it. So now we have some sort of a clip.
Easier than ever to create shorts, put the subtitles on, put them all over the.
Okay, so we're talking about creating shorts, creating short form videos. I don't know if it's going to show up. Let's see if there is any. I mean, there you can generate one, of course, too, with the Canva AI. Let's just use this one for now. It might not be the best one, but we can We can put it somewhere up here, maybe. Let's have a look and see what we can do.
Crazy story today.
All right, Ad, we are talking about how we literally 10x'd our views over just the past week.
Okay, so I want to shorten that a little bit. I want this just to get people a little bit excited.
Crazy story today.
All right, Ad, we are talking about how we literally 10x'd our views over just the past week across YouTube and other social media. And we did it in such an easy way with shorts. We're going to show how we do that, how it's easier than ever to create shorts, put the subtitles on, put them all over.
Okay, let's make this a little bit smaller. I think it's 20 seconds long. I don't know what she's even doing there. Maybe we'll make it more of a montage, like a rapid fire one. Do some clips. TikTok video. Let's just see if there's something here. Okay, so this is something. We'll do the okay. We'll add it up here, I guess. Let's see. We'll add it after. Let's see. We'll just extend it right up until we can't, and that's it. Okay, so that's right up. It's right up against it. Let's make it a bit smaller just to show something.
It's easier than ever to create shorts, put the subtitles on, put them all over the different channels in like 2 seconds, and what to make. So it's not.
Okay, social media posting. I don't know. Let's just see if we can get something in there that looks cool. Maybe this one. Okay. Let's see what we got here. Okay, so now let's go back and let's just watch the start and see if that's a little bit more
Crazy
exciting.
story today.
All right, Ad, we are talking about how we literally 10x'd our views over just the past week across YouTube and other social media. And we did it in such an easy way with shorts. We're going to show how we do that, how it's easier than ever to create shorts. But
I'm not sure if there's really a point of this one yet, but let's see if we can make it maybe a bit smaller. I just find that I don't mind it, but it's a little bit boring possibly. Let's see what we can do here. We'll make them really quick and just show something happening. Let's see what we have. The one thing I noticed at the start when I was doing it, it showed that graph, which is cool, but it'd be nice to have like a 10x, I think, on top of that, if we can do that somehow. So let's just watch this again.
show how we do that, how it's easier than ever to create shorts, put the subtitles on, put them all over the different channels in like 2 seconds, and what to make. So it's not only editing and uploading.
Okay, that's not too bad, I guess. Let's go back. Okay, we're just going to add a text box here and make it look a bit cooler at the right spot of the video. Let's see, we can do a 10x, but we'll make it way bigger, bold, yeah. Let's see. Okay, that's not bad. So we'll put that up here. Doesn't have to be on the whole time. Let's see. Okay, so we'll put it up here. Let's see. We'll get into that text box. We'll move that up here maybe just to show, make it a bit bigger, 10x. Okay, let's watch this now and see how this looks.
Story today.
All right, Ad, we are talking about how we literally 10x'd our views over just the past week across YouTube and other social media. And we did it in such an easy way with shorts. We're going to show how we do that, how it's easier than ever to create shorts, put the subtitles on, put them all over the different channels in like 2 seconds, and what to make. So it's not only the editing and uploading that's
Okay, so that's just a simple idea. Of course, the editing could be a little bit better, but now it has an intro. It has some extra elements about what we're talking about to make it seem a little bit more engaging. Who we are. We could put a logo up here, which would also be a good idea, which I actually might do now. So we'll add a little logo. Let's see. I'll find it. And we'll just add something up here. And we'll just go over here. If you wanted to show your logo, we'll probably put that up here. In all fairness, we'd probably use the background remover. So now we'll just have it. Maybe I'll put that in the top right corner. Actually, it's a bit darker here. It stands out a bit more. I'll put it there. And we can have that right on the top. And stretch it out the whole way here. There you go. Okay, so we'll go down here at the start. Let's see. Let's watch this now.
Crazy story today. Let's get right. We have a crazy story today.
All right, Ad, we are talking about how we literally 10x'd our views.
Okay, so that is out of the way. So we should move that somewhere. I will put it in the top right. I think there's less happening. That's okay. I think it did overlap a little bit. Let's make this a little bit bigger so I can see it. That's right. So okay, so now let's watch this one more time and just see.
Story today.
All right, Ad, we are talking about how we literally 10x'd our views over just the past week across YouTube and other social media. And we did it in such an easy way with shorts. We're going to show how we do that, how it's easier than ever to create shorts, put the subtitles on, put them all over the different channels in like 2 seconds, and what to make. So it's not
Okay, so that's the idea here, and then we can export, whatever we wanted to do. But that's it. So you can, of course, it'll go the rest of the way if we added more to the timeline or we stretched it out. But that's just an easy way how you can really make your podcast come to life in Canva, and you can create it. Of course, you need some recording software for remote interview podcast styles, but you can use the Canva editor now, especially because we have the app Bridge with Podsplice. It's an easy way, but you could, if you recorded it somewhere else, Podsplice is good because it's a double ender recording, meaning it's high quality on both sides, the host and the guest, as if you were recording in your own home studio, because both sides are recorded and then mixed in the cloud later. But anyway, I just wanted to show you that. So more of an advanced or an intermediate technique of how to start getting into video editing for your podcast in Canva.